Good morning everyone. This is Kamikawa Kaelin. Lie like exhaling, is this, it is a word that accurately expresses the state of ghetto, telling lies without any confusion. Last time, sexual harassment and power harassment were widespread in the Korean sports world as well. Not only for foreigners, the same Koreans crush each other, deceive each other. I explained that it is Korean society that is doing what is called ghetto. So what about the K-pop world that Korea is proud of? There are tons of more terrible and darker incidents here. A case that symbolizes the darkest darkness in the Korean entertainment world. I will explain the tragedy of actress Jang Ya-yeon. A drama that gained explosive popularity among young people in South Korea in March 2009. Jang Ya-yeon, who appeared in Boys Over Flowers, I hung her neck at her home and committed suicide. She was 29 years old. In this case, the connection between sexual entertainment and suicide was later addressed. It has been handed down as an event that symbolizes the darkest darkness in the Korean entertainment world. Jang Ya-yeon is the youngest of 3 siblings, even though she lost her parents in an accident. She had a cheerful and open-minded personality. She made her debut in the entertainment world at the age of 26 in 2006. In the Korean entertainment world, where there are many young children, it was quite late blooming, a big break with her support in her first drama, Boys Over Flowers. She appeared in 2 movies in the same year, and she became a promising actress. As an actress, she was just on the rise and she was a sudden suicide in the future. According to her sister, she suffers from depression. A police investigation revealed that she had been in the hospital for about a year because of her depression. Her cause of death was determined to be suicide. Her funeral was held 2 days after her death, and her remains were buried in her parents' graves. She seemed to have settled down with this, but a document that was supposed to be her suicide note appeared. The content became a social problem in South Korea and spread. Her suicide note, which she allegedly left behind, includes not only the entertainment of sake to sponsors, but also it was written down that she was forced to serve her sexuality. It was K, the former representative of production, who forced these entertainments. He forced her Chan to do sexual service. It is said that she was trapped in her room and beaten and cursed many times. What was shocking was the document contained a list of Korean dignitaries served by her Chan. The real names and facial photographs of the 10 people on this sexual service list were temporarily posted on the internet. The names of Korean business people and media people were mentioned there. This was widely reported, and the investigative authorities also moved to a full-scale investigation. 5 people allegedly named in the document were added to the investigation. Security camera images of affiliated offices and related facilities, personal computers, recording of calls and emails of the person being investigated, the credit card usage history, and restaurants that were considered to be service sites were thoroughly investigated. In addition, about 60 people, including Mr. Chan's acquaintance, were called in as witnesses. During this time, the former production representative K, who was the focus of the investigation, was in Japan. In December of the previous year, K was accused of indecent assault and was suspected of using drugs. He had fled to Japan. At the request of the South Korean authorities, Japanese police also launched an investigation, and in June 2007, K was arrested at a hotel in Tokyo on suspicion of staying illegally. After investigating K, who was repatriated from Japan to South Korea, police completed a 4-month investigation. The result is that in the case of Jang Ya-yeon, the evidence was insufficient and the case was not filed. This is suspicious to anyone. I can only think that something has moved behind the scenes. The key person in question, former production representative K, he is said to have been deeply involved in the sexual service case that was discovered in 2002. According to Hankook Ilbo, in August 2002, some entertainment productions for those involved in the second generation of Korean chaebols and politics, there is a suspicion that popular female talents and new female talents were doing sexual service. It is said that the police have started a full-scale investigation for mediating prostitution. However, the Seoul District Prosecutor's Office was only an insider investigation, and the case was postponed at this time. This matter also became a problem in the Korean National Assembly. Opposition Grand National Party lawmakers took up the issue at a national audit at that time. 3 members of the ruling Democratic Party of Japan pursued that they were involved in sexual service. Entertainment agency lobbying the relevant standing committee of the Diet. Members of the Diet put pressure on the broadcasters. As a result, it was revealed that the entertainer he belonged to frequently appeared on TV. In addition, political officials put pressure on the prosecution, ending the investigation. The director of the Seoul District Prosecutor's Office, who was in charge of the investigation, has even accused him of being relegated to a rural area. In the Korean entertainment world, there is certainly a coercion of sex using the position. In fact, in 2010, the president of an entertainment agency who threatened his entertainer and forced him to have a sexual relationship. A prison sentence has been issued. However, like Chan's sex list case this time, in the case where the scandal of the entertainment world developed significantly as a social problem, it was investigated, but in the end it was not filed. It is said that this itself clearly tells the reality of the darkness of the Korean entertainment world. This is not the only darkness in the Korean entertainment world. Big Bang, a series of drug arrests. VI retires on suspicion of sexual entertainment. Yoon Sun-ha, who became anti-Japanese as soon as he returned to Japan after selling in Japan. Former Kara Guhara threatens and commits suicide in revenge pornography. Won Sang-woo threatened by a gangster official. Former giant Jo Seong-min and his former actress Choi Jin-sil committed suicide, etc. Drugs, sex, suicide, plastic surgery, anti-Japanese, gangsters, draft evasion that are widespread in the Korean entertainment world. Korean idols who are hellish even if they sell due to slave contracts. It is treated as a product that is cultivated at national expense and shipped to markets such as Japan. In what country is it still treating women as sex slaves like this? Such a country tried to despise Japan. Comfort women were sex slaves. The lie such as, is scattered all over the world loudly. This is the reality of Korea. It is not possible to set up a girl's statue all over the world while saying, comfort women are sex slaves, without wiping their own butt. Can you understand that it is just an idol that South Korea created for political use? Before blaming Japan, isn't it the first thing to wipe off its dirty butt? Rather, it is South Korea that still treats women like slaves. I think everyone in the world should know this reality. Lie like exhaling, the Japanese, and people all over the world, should never forget this word. Don't be fooled by Korean lies. That's all.